What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Max, and today we're going to be doing another live streaming today. So, before I go ahead and get started, let me see here. Let me check in right now. Well, I'll go ahead and make sure I do a little mic check to see how I sound. Let me see here. Let me know in the chat if anyone can hear me. How's the audio? Please let me know in the comments if y'all can hear me. Let me see here, just doing a little check. 1 2 1 2. All right, sounds good to me. Seem like we all good here. What's going on, CJ? How's everything going with you? Good. All right. Well, hopefully we'll have a good stream today. I do got some topics to bring up, and also going to be talking about some deals. Cause man, that seemed like Black Friday just happened yesterday, and we got Cyber Monday coming up, and it seemed like the TV deals as for 2024 just keep on getting better. And yeah, we're going to talk about all of that today, and then we're going to be talking about some other topics as well too. I want to talk about more on TV sizes bigger than 85-inch. I think that's going to be a hot topic that started to come up lately for 2025. That's creeping up to seeing TVs, and then also I want to talk about some articles from OLED technology that seem like it's getting better. I'm going to talk about a little bit of that. Then I'm going to be also going to be talking about some of the things that might happen in 2025 for the TVs and see what other manufacturer have up their sleeve. But other than that, it seems like we're about to go ahead and get this started. So let me go ahead and first talk about one of the topics of the day. I had this bookmark before the stream, but my laptop just fell. So I'm about to go ahead and bring this up right now. Luckily, I have my trusty phone here. I wanted to kind of bring this up right here. So give me just a second while I bring this article up. All right, I'm about to go ahead and share this page right now. Share screen. And this is the first topic we're going to be talking about is some of the breakthroughs through OLED. And then we're also going to be talking about that specifically. So I'm about to go ahead and share my screen. Make this right here. And then, yeah, y'all can see everything right now. So it's a good transition. So one thing I kind of want to talk about right now is this article is almost a couple days old, but nobody hadn't been really been actually almost a week old. Nobody hadn't been really been talking about this. But one of the things that it kind of drew my attention is it seemed like there's been some breakthrough with OLED technology. Seemed like it's getting 3x brighter with 5 times the long lasting OLED displays. And I thought that was kind of interesting because even though it's kind of like a short article, it was mentioning that TCL is talking about a lot of this inkjetting printing and then also producing better LCD panels, but there's been some breakthroughs when it comes to applied material. This is a company that was introduced where it has like OLED solutions and is a potential when it comes to OLED picture architecture, where it says that it has specifically designed OLED to be even brighter than what we have in 2024. And they also have other areas as well where it produced not only brighter display, but also lasts a lot longer than the previous models. So the reason why I wanted to kind of bring this up is because one thing is that OLED has been getting brighter over, I can say, the last couple of years with MLA technology and also with QD OLED technology. But the question of the day is like, how much more brighter can it actually get to? And those are kind of like the things that I've been kind of like been thinking about, because now you got mini LED TVs that's going into the realm of 5,000 nits. Some are going 10,000 nits. And so the question is, can OLED keep up when it comes to those brightness compared to mini LED? In my opinion, it's going to be so far in the next year, I would say no. I don't know if it's going to happen in the next couple of years, but you are seeing some incremental improvements when it comes to the brightness department. And I know there's going to be a topic that I think is going to be kind of interesting take, because that's one thing that has mini LED pull ahead OLED is because of that brightness compared to OLED. And not don't get me wrong, OLED is plenty bright for the majority of users or people who bought those TVs or thinking about buying those TVs. But some people would like to see that go even further when it comes to brightness. And those are kind of like the things that I would like to start seeing in OLEDs, because it's like they only could get to maybe around the 2000 range, maybe a little bit higher, but they only could do it for so long compared to mini LED. They could go up 5,000 nits, and they could retain it for a lot longer time than a OLED TV. So seeing this article that I just mentioned right now, coming out with this breakthrough, I thought it would be something just to kind of like bring up to everyone in the channel. So just thought it was just kind of just interesting, just kind of like talk about a little bit more, because now 2025 is creeping up right now in a matter of almost a month. Because as the time I'm recording this right now, December is tomorrow. And after December, then we got the new year 2025. And the question is that what is LG going to have in store? What is Samsung going to have in store? And what is Sony going to have in store? We know that LG is coming out with the G5, and they went up on a gaming when it comes to 165 hertz instead of 144 hertz, which is a good thing. But the question is, we don't know what else they're going to do with the MLA technology. Is it going to be brighter than 2024? More likely, yes, it's going to be more brighter, but the question is, how much more brighter? Are we talking about 10%, 20%, 5%? I mean, those are kind of like the things that I'm curious on. And I would like to see more improvement with the WRGB OLED, but it's just, I don't know. It seemed like it might get to a plateau, but every time I say something like that, LG would come out with something even better than what I thought it was going to be. So I don't know. That's going to be something to come and see. When it comes to Samsung displays technology, when it comes to QD OLED, they could get a lot brighter and retain that brightness with the when it comes to their technology with QD OLED. But the question is, how much are we going to see as in brightness compared to last year, or excuse me, this year? Because I'm thinking we're in 2025 now, but how much brighter are they going to get for next year? And those are kind of like the questions that I think is kind of interesting just to kind of like talk about in the chat. And I'm just kind of curious to see what other people's thoughts are when it comes to um, 2025. Do you think there's going to be a massive improvement when it comes to HDR brightness, or are we going to see just a little bit of an incremental increase compared to previous years? So those are kind of like things I just kind of wonder about. But kind of like switching gears here, if we going to be talking about mini LED TVs or LCD TVs, you see that a lot of the things that is going for them is that they seem like they've been making some, I wouldn't say some major improvements, but it's been really good improvements over the years, over the last couple of years, especially with Sony Bravia 9. And I'm going to be coming out with another video with the Bravia 9. I'm going to be doing another vlog style as well too. This time I'm doing with the Best Buy Magnolia. It seemed like it was the vlog style seemed to kind of work a little bit, but I did do some more video coverage on the Bravia 9, and I think that that's going to be kind of like a hot topic to talk about a little bit more, just because that there were some reviewers that think that the Bravia 9 is one of the close to being one of the top best TVs of 2024, and to be honest with you, I am kind of like on the fence as in saying like, yeah, the Bravia 9 is a pretty good TV. As in being the best TV overall. No, I'm not saying it's going to be the best TV, but I think it's pretty damn close for what the Bravia 9 can do. Now, granted, I know I'm not. This is like if I take the price out of the equation on this, then um, the Bravia 9, and I will say this to this day, is one of the best mini LED TVs of 2024. I know people are going to talk about QM8 and TCL QM8, and they're going to be talking about the Hisense as well too. But it's just the thing is what Sony have achieved with the Bravia 9 compared to the previous mini LED TVs that they had last year and the year before that. It is, especially what I reviewed, I think that TV is pretty damn near close to get into the OLED territory. And don't get me wrong, there's still some clear differences, but to the average person, I can say that it's a pretty good TV, and um, that's something that I'm interested in to seeing of what Sony is going to have up in store for next year in the mini LED department. And I wonder if it's something that they're going to improve on. And I want to see what Samsung or maybe what Hisense or TCL may have up their sleeve, as in if they're going to be pushing the envelope when it comes to the mini LED TV. And then also AK2, it seemed like since the PlayStation 5 Pro has came out last couple of weeks now, and they implemented a setting for 8K resolution, and you have it more and more games starting to implement the 8K scenario. Like No Man's Sky got an 8K setting, and you got Callisto Protocol have an 8K setting as well too, and then you have Gran Turismo 7 that's utilizing the 8K as well. And the thing is that it seemed like the mini LED realm it's not. It's only one TV that we know so far as a QN 900D that's doing the 8K, but that's more of the affordable range that I see with mini LED TV compared to like OLED. If you're talking about the LG has an 8K television as well, but that price range is so astronomical. It's kind of hard to even get for an average consumer to buy that. So it's just the thing is that now going back to mini LED, it just they it seemed like they keep making some really good improvements. But um, other than that, let's go ahead and talk about a little bit more on since we kind of like talk about mini LED a little bit more. I want to kind of like talk about sizes, and let me see here. Have my topics up. I do want to talk about 85-inch and bigger now. That's something that I kind of want to talk about as well, just because, and I kind of mentioned this in my last stream before, but um, it seems that a lot more people are starting to get into the bigger size screen TVs and 98-inch, 100-inch, 110-inch screen TVs. And it seemed like now LCD TVs are kind of pushing that realm to the bigger sizes and then even being more affordable now. And I kind of like showed that in the stream last week, and I'll kind of bring this up as to some of the prices. But like the QM8 going for 98-inch, I think it's going for $3,000. Excuse me, not $3,000, going for $4,000, just a little bit cheaper than what the Bravia 9 85-inch is. But for next year, the question is that are they going to continue that path, having bigger screens, LCD screens, and then are they going to even be even more affordable than what they are? So those are kind of like one of those things that I think is going to be something that it would be nice to kind of like talk about and talk about some of the benefits and challenges when it comes to going beyond 85-inch. One thing that I kind of could see is that even though people are going for some people are that are able to go with a bigger size, they will sacrifice the picture quality compared to the size. It seems like size is trumping a lot of things nowadays. And those are kind of like one of the things that when it comes to debating, when it comes to OLED technology and mini LED TVs, OLED technology, on the other hand, you don't have any screen sizes that is bigger than 83-inch that's in the affordable price range of the average consumer. And that's something that I don't know if OLED will ever get to that realm or get to that territory, but it seemed like 83-inch is going to be the price range that an average person could possibly pay for, unless you go into a 98-inch. I think, excuse me, not the 98-inch, but if you go into the LG territory, you'll be paying like $20,000. And there is, what's that, 94-inch LG Z2. I had to look that up just to make sure. But yeah, it just seems like right now with OLED, it's like they topped out at 83 inches, and now you have more and more people who want to go bigger than 83 inches, and that's something that mini LED is starting to take the realm with. Oh, what's going on, Plasma TV? How's everything going with you? Going to give you a shout out. How's the audio? I just want to make sure if anyone have any questions while y'all on the stream, just please just let me know. Um, yeah, so I just like how I mentioned before. Um, yeah, it just seemed like next year is going to be not only when it comes to the brightness and nits, but I think it's going to be also going to be the size of the screen TVs too. And I think that's something that I'm starting to see year after year, that mini LED TVs is going for a bigger size and going for a better price. Oh, okay. Hold on for a minute. It seemed like plasma TV gaming. It just got the S90D, the 85 inch. I'm gonna go ahead and give him a shout out as well too. Man, congrats on that. Man, I know he's gonna do a review on the S90D. So 65 inch. So stay tuned for his channel. And oh, he just mentioned that right here, that the brightness, it says about the same brightness, 1500 nits max. So so it sounds to me that it's probably had the same panel as last year model, and I think Samsung is starting to get smarter, as in making sure that they decouple those two TV tiers to make sure they have to get an S95D if they want to get more brightness when it comes to each TV. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice to see that you got the S90D. Let me see here. Is there any other questions? Um, you know what? Let's go ahead and dabble into. Yeah, so we talk about sizes. Let's talk about next topic I'm going to talk about is Cyber Monday and some of the premium deals. Right before I joined the stream, I was looking at some deals what they have, and I do want to bring up that Amazon. Let's see if I can pull the screen up right now. Amazon, and I think whoever's looking for an 85 inch, I'm going to go ahead and share that screen right now. And yeah, so right before the stream, I was looking at some deals, and I do want to give out a shout out to KG because he did post this on Twitter earlier today. That Hisense TV, specifically the U8, 85 inch, and this TV came out in 2024, so it's the newest one, is going for 1600 $1,700. I'm just going to round it up, 1677.99, which is crazy just to even see that you got an 85 inch mini LED TV, and Hisense is a really decent TV. If you looked at the last vlog that I did show the UAN, and it looks it looks really good. And looking at the 85-inch specifically, man, you cannot beat that price. 85-inch, you got a 144 hertz for gaming portion of it. You pretty much have Dolby Vision, got the Atmos. So all around, this is a really, really good TV and stuff. So that's some that's something I kind of wanted to make sure I bring to the stream, because man, looking at an 85-inch specifically, it is just crazy to see that it's going for that price for just a little bit under $1,700. All right, so another TV I do want to kind of like go over as well too is I do want to go over some Best Buy deals that is coming up as well too. Let me go ahead and pull that up. And it seems like TCL is kind of reining in as well with their prices. And let me share this. And I think y'all can see my screen as be coming up soon. And then right now we see here that TCL is coming out with their prices as well. And yeah, they coming out to play as well too. So we could look at the TCL 98-inch Q6 that's going for $1,600, and this is a 98-inch screen TV. It's not an 85-inch; it's the 98-inch Q6. And I did get a chance to take a look at this at the local Best Buy in my area, and man, for a 98-inch for going for $1,600 is a pretty good that's a pretty good deal. And that's something that I just mentioned a little bit earlier today. It seems that people who are going for the bigger size screen TVs, when it comes to picture wise, they're willing to sacrifice a lot of the picture quality if they're going to get a bigger size screen TV. And TCL and Hisense are starting this. They see it, and they go ahead and being real competitive when it comes to their pricing. And just looking at this right now, TCL 98-inch going for $1,600 for the Q6. Man, that's a really nice price. And then the next one, it looked like it already sold out in my nearby Best Buy store. Is they got the TCL 98-inch QM7, and so that's going for $2,000 for a 98-inch $2,000. So that's something that, man, one thing I could say right there when it comes to LCD TVs, OLEDs cannot compete or even don't even have a size that's comparable to a 98-inch, and that's something that I'm starting to see more of what LCD could play in their realms when it comes to consumers that are looking for bigger screens who don't want to get a projector. And I also, what's kind of crazy too, I went to Best Buy today, and I did some recording, and they had the Hisense short throw projector, and then they had the Samsung short throw projector. And granted, they had all these bright lights around here, around them, and the Hisense specifically, it was that their short throw, they had a 120-inch screen. Granted, this thing was massive, but the quality of it and stuff like that is just something that you have to have a dedicated home theater space, especially when you have blacked out windows. You got to make sure you have a dim lighting setting, and then you have to, make sure you have to get the setup correctly when it comes to a short throw, doing the location. Then you got to set up the screen, and it seemed like a lot more people don't want to go through that hassle. They rather go ahead and just get a 98-inch TCL TV for QM7 for $2,000, which is unheard of, and they get a pretty much a better picture quality than what that short throw of Heisen that they have at Best Buy. And I'm starting to see it now. Uh, that TCL is doing something extremely good when it comes to that. Let me see. I'm going to try to do. Let's see if I could do this right now. I'm switching this up right now. Hopefully you can see my face. Yeah, I'm switching up the settings right now. I'm doing this on the fly, so forgive me. Spotlight. Let me see here. Yeah, I think this probably be a better screen. So I'm just playing with the settings right now. But yeah, I think this might be a little bit better. And then let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. Let me know if that screen looks a little bit better. Okay, one thing that CJ did mention, and I thought was a good question as well. He was talking about more specifically, so hopefully the tariffs don't affect the TV prices of next year. Yeah, he's right about that. So that's one thing that there's been a lot of discussion lately on the news that maybe next year TV prices may get impacted. It's kind of like we've been talking about this almost every single year. We was talking about the energy efficiency in Europe, where they have to have they can't go over this certain amount when it comes to how much utilization that that the TV can draw as in power wise, and there may be an issue when it comes to impact with prices for TVs, but a lot of people were speculating that it's going to be increase in prices, but guess what they end up doing? They end up just inputting a setting on there where you can enable and disable the energy efficiency if you want to, and then it costs the TVs more. But for next year, it's going to be a little bit different because now you talk about more in the politics area where you have a lot of impact when it comes to the global market. And so I don't know if TV prices are going to go up or not. That's something that we just have to wait and see. We're kind of like just speculating at this point, but it's going to be interesting in the coming months if it is going to be impacted or not. I will say no at this time because it's like I showed you some of the TV prices that TCL is have right now for 2024. Hisense has some crazy prices as well for 85 inches going for just under 18 excuse me under $1,700 for a U8N, and 2025 I don't see those prices going up, but that's just my opinion. Dave, what's going on? Let me go ahead and give you a shout out to Dave. I appreciate you stopping by and joining the live stream as well too. And Dave over here got that massive QM8 that he showed not too long ago in the last stream, and man, his room is crazy. He got a lot of TVs, and man, I'm kind of envious of you, Dave. But yeah, Dave, just give a shout out to Dave when it comes to that. But yeah, let's talk about the other prices that is going on with TCL. Hold on for a minute before I go ahead and do that. Dave did bring up a good point. He said TCL and Hisense are government subsidized, so it might not be affected by much of the Japanese or South Korea. I hope so. I think you might be right. I don't know if LG or Samsung or Sony TVs are going to be impacted by uh, the tariffs. I hope not. I hope Hisense and TCL don't get impacted as well. But we just have to wait and see what 2025 is going to bring. But in the meantime, we could talk about the deals that's going on right now. So we did just talk about the TCL 98-inch QM7. And Dave, I think you might like this. It's going for $2,000 for a 98-inch. And it looked like it is sold out in my Best Buy local location. But man, a 98-inch going for 2Gs. And then a Q6, and I was just showing just a little bit earlier, it's going for $1,600 for a 98-inch. And it seemed like TCL and Hisense are coming to play with it when it comes to bigger size screens as anything over 85. No, I can say 85 and above when it comes to competition. And man, it's nice to see that. So the 98-inch QM8 is still going for $4,000, which is still a pretty good price because I did a review on the QM8. I thought it was a really good TV. Bravia 9 is still better. I still say the Bravia 9 is better. But when it comes to the price rise and the QM8 is like a 98-inch going for $4,000 against a 85-inch Bravia 9. I would go with the 98-inch QM8 hands down. For me, it just like it would be the screen size, and those are kind of like things I may sacrifice a little bit in the picture area here and there, but it's something that I'm willing to sacrifice for, especially if I'm getting a bigger size screen TV. I don't know. Let me know in the thoughts. Let me know in the chat if anybody feels the same. I might be wrong, but yeah, it'll be kind of crazy. Uh, Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see what other people thoughts are with that. Dave said like they're sold out as well in his area. So yeah, TCL is onto something with these 98 inches and Hisense as well with the 100-inch screen TVs. Okay, so another thing is now we're going to drop down to 85-inch, and man, that's a good price too. So you got TCL Q6 85 inches going for $800. Man, that's crazy. And then you got the QM7 going for $900. That's a 75-inch, which is a pretty decent deal. And then you got the S5 going for 550. I did see that if you looked at my vlog, I did show the S5 on display as well as in I think those BJ's and Sam's Club was displaying those TVs. Those are it was okay TVs. But I mean for the price you really can't beat that, but don't think that it's going to be you don't get the best picture quality compared to like the QM8 or if you're looking at a Sony or a Samsung TV or LG TV. Don't think you could compete in that realm. You are paying a low amount compared to the other brands manufacturers. So those are kind of like the things. Those like a give and take. This kind of like a budget friendly. Well, actually, it's a really good budget friendly TV. Um, Let's see what else they have. TCL. You got the next frame. And you know what? It seems like Hisense got the same thing as well too. They got a frame type TV. So you got TCL has a frame as well. That's copying kind of like Samsung. It's going for $800, which is pretty decent price. And then you got the TCL 75. You got the Q6 is going for 550. That's a decent price as well. And then you got the TCL QMA is going for $2,000, which is not that bad at all. Dang, $2,000 for a QM8 85-inch, and you got the Bravia 9 is going for $4,000, and then you got the QM8 98-inch is going for $4,000. Yeah, it's kind of like interesting, just to say the least. Let me go here back to Sony Bravia. Bravia 9. So how's the chat over here? Let me see here. All right. So Dave did mention that you are paying the price for TCL. So he said like with the TCL. Oh, not this one. Excuse me. Let me see here. Yeah, Dave, you do bring up a good point. He said the price that you paying for those, he said you'll get a Best Buy 5-year warranty. And he said Hisense for sure not repairable. So I never had an issue with the Hisense, but I didn't have that TV for a long time to really say anything. But um, yeah, it's kind of like one of those type of situations you get what you pay for scenarios. I'm hoping that the quality has gotten better over the years, and get a warranty if you're thinking about um, getting into those bigger size TVs because you never know, something may happen. But it's not just Hisense and TCL as well too. But Sony, I know I had some issues with like some Sony TVs in the past. None of the TVs I have right now, but I know some other TVs that I reviewed that may have some issues here and there. But it's not something that um, something I think it was kind of like Sony's fault. I think it's more of just like how the way it was handled when it was being delivered. So it could happen to any brand. So it could be Sony, Samsung, LG, and then especially Hisense and TCL. So, Dave over here saying that Hisense glues their backlight diffusers, and he said it could be easily broken. Yeah, so that's kind of like another thing as well to kind of mention as well when it comes to how the way they make their TVs. Um, Let me see what else I want to kind of like talk about. Oh, going back to Sony. So going back to the Sony Bravia 9, um, I don't think Sony Bravia 9 is going to go lower in price. I think this might be their rock bottom price until they announce their newer model. I don't know if it's going to be a Bravia 10 or whatever they're going to call it. That's when you may see a little bit of a decrease. You do got an open box one going for 3,500. But it's just the thing is that I think that more than likely that may be the price, the lowest price it may go once a newer Sony TV comes out. But yeah, that's one of those kind of things I kind of like wanted to talk about is just when it comes to pricing. I wonder if Sony is going to start lowering their prices even more for 2025 TVs. I suspect no, because it's just how Sony does their things. But what I would like to see is that um, Sony coming out with bigger size screen TVs, and the only thing that we have is the X90L that's coming at a 98-inch screen TV, and I'm bring that up back X90L, which is a decent TV. I did take a look at that TV, but I kind of wish that Sony would have their flagship TV. Yeah, 98-inch is going for $5,000, and that's kind of like another thing too. Um, they got a great processor, but looking at the QM8 TCL going for $4,000 and this is going for $5,000, I feel that the TCL QM8 surpassed the X90L when it comes to performance wise. But and people could comment and let me know that I think I'm wrong. But it's kind of like my opinion when I was looking at these TVs. I just feel like the X90L is a nice TV, but I don't think it's warrant the $5,000 price, or even the previous price. It was going for $8,000 at the time, which I think is kind of ludicrous. Just to see the lease. But looking at this and going back to the Bravia 9, I do feel that for 2025, I really hope, and I'm saying this right now, I really hope that their flagship mini LED TV, they go bigger in size. Because for me, I do want to make another upgrade, but I do want to go bigger size than the 85-inch. And if Sony come out with another flagship that only goes up to 85-inch, I don't see myself upgrading yet again. I'm probably gonna have this X95K for another year. Who's to say? But just looking at all the two other brands, TCL and Hisense, they're going into that bigger realm. I would like to see Sony like to play in that area. Samsung as well. Samsung, they really haven't had a lot of bigger screens as well. And LG, I don't think I'll ever see them have anything close to that size in an OLED realm at affordable price. That's something that hopefully it'll change in the future. But I think OLED is going to stay around the 83-inch and lower realm, and it's going to be That seemed like that's going to be the area that they're going to stick to. So the question is, Dave, you do bring up a good point. Is a can I afford a 98-inch Bravia 9 for 10K? No, I can't afford a 10K Bravia 9, and I don't think the average person will be able would spend $10,000 for a Bravia 9.1 or whatever the case may be. But I would like to see Sony make bigger size screen TVs there, the lower tier models being like the X90L or the newer year that's going to be coming out next year. They're going to be coming out with a A90. I don't know, whatever the next letter is. It seemed like they skip letters here and there. So whatever the next series that they're going to come out with, 9, 10, 11, 12, I'm hoping that their flagship TV, they go with bigger TVs, bigger size screen TVs. But I think in the QD OLED, I think they are going to go to an 83-inch. But I would like to see something bigger. See what else. You know what? Let's see. Plasma Tech did say something right now. He's playing right now with a 130-inch. Man, 130. Man, what is the price of that 130-inch screen TV? That's going to be kind of like the question. I bet you it's probably going to be in the realm of 30,000, maybe upper 30 or $40,000 TV. Let me see here. Look at the chat, see how it's going. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but let me see what else do we have here for sale. I may keep the stream. This is probably gonna be the stream that I might have it keep it under an hour this time. I don't have too much as in topics wise to talk about, but anyone in the chat, feel free to put anything in the chat to if they want to discuss anything. I just want to talk about some of the Friday Cyber those sales that's coming up for Cyber Monday. Seem like Amazon is already showing some TVs prices, especially UAN, going for 1,700, just a little bit under $1,700 for UAN 85-inch, which is a really good price compared to TCL. Let me see what else. Um, let me see if I can bring up any other TVs. They still going over the Black Friday sale prices. Yeah, I'm not. Let me kind of like share my screen right now. All right, let me kind of like breeze through this real quick. Yeah, you got some of these TVs. I don't know if they're going to be really worth the price. I'm kind of go in zoom in a little bit more. Some of these Samsung TVs are not really worth it unless you really budget conscious. And those are kind of like the things that, it seem like it might be decent for you. But I did see the QN80D going for just under $1,000, which is okay TV. And then LG have their LED TVs as well, which they've never been very good in my opinion when it comes to the picture area category. Their bread and butter is more in the OLED realm. So hopefully next year LG would do something that they try to get more competitive, but I don't think they will. The B4 OLED. Now you're looking at a 48 inch is going for $600. I think that's a really good price, especially looking at 4K 120 hertz is, and I believe all the HDMI inputs are 2.1 capability. So if you're looking for something like a monitor or something you could put in the bedroom, this is a really good decent TV. That's just, I want to say just decent. It's a good TV, especially at the price that it's going for OLED screen TV. I did see the S84D. I mean, it's a WRGB OLED TV, just like the B4, and TV is decent. I saw that. I looked at it at Best Buy earlier today. It's nothing to cry home about, and something that you had to leap and buy the TV right then and there. But it's a decent TV. Nothing too crazy to see. Let's see here. Um, Going back to Best Buy TVs, Insignia, Fire TV. Yeah, they got some interesting prices with that. $70. I never really cared for the Insignia lineup. And then you got the Epson home projector. Whoever's in the projector, looking for a projector. Now, I do have an Epson projector. It's an old projector, and it's still working to this day. And the picture quality is actually quite decent. And so that the Epson that they're showing right now for the 4K, uh, the 4K projector going for $1,400 is actually a really good price and stuff. I haven't really talked about it that much on this channel just because it's really a hassle. It's a damn hassle just to put a projector together and get the screen in place and then go ahead and black out the room. And it's just like I really just haven't did reviews on projectors because it's a lot of it's a big hassle just to put together. Some people may disagree with me. It's just like I just really never touched the projector realm because I felt like a lot of these TVs have uh, the picture quality is surpassed some of the projectors in that price realm, and so I was like, I don't want to kind of like do those comparison with projectors anything else. The projector is really good for if you need that 120 inch, 130 inch, or even bigger size screen TVs. But if you get a projector that you just looking at a 100-inch screen, or you're only capable to display a 100 inch, then you might as well just go for a TCL or a Hisense TV, and you probably even get a better price for those TVs. Then you got the Samsung S90D plasma TV, already kind of like mentioned as well. That he picked that TV up, and he mentioned that the brightness is the same as the S90C, and so that's kind of interesting to see. Oh, you know what? We got someone else in the chat. Go ahead and say what's going on. I don't know. Is it Sir Zero Coupons? Appreciate you coming through the chat and stopping by. You did have a question. Is that do you think the 2025 that Sony will make TVs that's 83 inch that has better picture quality than the A95L? Um, you know what? That is a good question. I would say yeah. I think Sony track record when they come to their TVs, they if they have a flagship TV, they usually keep it for a couple years. I never see them come out have a flagship TV more than 2 years. I never in the history that I known Sony, they'll probably have it for at least 2 years, and then the next that third year they have to have something better than that TV. I don't know what that's going to be, and more likely it's going to be a QD OLED. How much better it's going to be, that's way to be determined. But looking at Samsung with their least specs, you are expecting to see an 83-inch version of Samsung QD OLED. Sony more than likely is probably going to do the same thing. What I would like to see from Sony with their, I don't know what they're going to call the QD OLED next year version. I anticipate they don't have a new flagship QD OLED, but what I would like to see is that I would like to see better brightness from the A95L, which the A95L does a really good job, but we like to see it improve upon that. I would like to see 4 HDMI 2.1 inputs. I think now we got to a stage, and I'm just saying this every single year, is like I think Sony needs to have 4 HDMI 2.1s. And I said this in the last stream and the stream before that, and hopefully Sony can hear me. They need to have 4 full HDMI 2.1 bandwidth inputs. They also need to have The gaming features has been good, has been decent, but it's still been lackluster compared to the other competitors. I do like to see them to go up from 120 hertz to 144 hertz, or even 165 hertz, like what LG kind of leaked out for the G5. Um, or even see them pushing even 240 hertz. I don't think Sony will ever do that, but it would be nice to see the Sony that would do that one day for next year model. But other than improvements, other than that, uh, is not a lot in that realm that Sony can really do. Maybe a new processor. I don't know if Sony is gonna announce a new processor or not. They probably gonna stick with the XR processor and probably just add a couple features here and there. It would be nice to see if Sony come out with a new processor for their new QD OLED technology, or just whatever their lineup is. Um, yeah, but other than that, that's pretty much all Sony could possibly do at this moment. There's no other features that could do. Yeah, that's it. If they could do better with the brightness, how much brighter that they could possibly do. I mean, I'm hoping that they could do 4,000 nits, even though I don't think that's a possibility, but I could be wrong. I would like to see 4,000 nits, just like how they compare with their professional TV grade, the BVM. But that's hopeful thinking. Uh, yeah, those are kind of like my top things: brighter QD OLED TV, better gaming features, and like even the controller I used to complain about their remote control, but I really like their remote on the Bravia 9 where they got a USB input where you could charge the remote now. I was complaining to the year before that where you had to put a battery in there. People was making fun of me because they always kept on talking about, he said it's just a couple of triple A batteries. Yeah, but just the thing is that I hate changing the batteries all the time, and it's just one of those type of things that just I get it's not that bad, but since I had the X95K and I used that TV a lot in the A90J as well, I constantly switch out the batteries of that remote maybe every 2 months. And just the thing is that I'm kind of tired of doing that. So I'm glad that Sony implemented a way where you could just charge the remote. Yeah, they could do some more improvements on there, make it more uh, better material, that make it more superior. But I was quite happy with the remote. So that's just my 2 cents. I know I was talking about more about features, but no, yeah, Sony on the other hand, it's not a lot they really should do, or what really they can do. Um, besides that, now on the Bravia 9 or Bravia 10 or whatever they're gonna call it, Bravia 11, they definitely would have to be better and get to a brighter screen TV, because you see TCL and Hisense are much brighter, but it's kind of like their sacrifices that. But I would like to see Sony going to the 4,000, 5,000 realm nits when it comes to HDR. I do would like to see improvement when it comes to their black levels. I really thought the Bravia 9 has done an amazing job with their backlighting system, and I didn't have no qualms with the blooming department. Yeah, I felt like it was very minimum when it comes to blooming. And I know people are just saying like, no, it's not compared to the TCL QM8 or the Hisense UAN. I get it and stuff, but those things that I really feel like it wasn't as bad as people may think it out to be. Especially how you looking at YouTube and you're looking at other videos. I really felt like the Bravia 9 is really, really good when it comes to the black levels and when it comes to shadow detail and when it comes to the blooming department. I think they did a really good job. Um, but besides that, Uh, yeah, that's all I would like to see from Sony is bigger size screen TVs. Oh, so that's I don't think that's gonna happen, CJ. So CJ said I would like to see Sony make a premium 4K player. Was for thinking. You know what? We got to a realm now that uh we're not. I don't think we're gonna see any more physical media. It's gonna be here and there. I know Amazon sell a lot of 4K Blu-ray movies, but Best Buy, Best Buy, Target, and Walmart, they kind of like took away the 4K Blu-ray movies, which I thought is sad to see because I like physical media. But now everything is going to streaming, and I fear for streaming just because that I'm thinking about Netflix when they did that streaming live when it comes to that Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight. That was a disaster, and I'm hoping that we start to get better quality streaming and hopefully they don't kill Blu-ray movies or physical media. It's just I like to see them to keep striving because they are superior quality. Unless you have a kaleidoscope, and those kaleidoscopes are really expensive just to get together. I know once you buy a kaleidoscope, the movies are very comparable to what you buy on streaming services like Apple TV or Google Store, or if you buying it from um, Voodoo, but now it's Fandango now. It's very comparable when it comes to pricing. But it's just the thing is that downloading the movies and having it on a hard drive. I don't know. I just feel like it's more of a hassle nowadays. But yeah, it seems like that seems where the future is going. They don't want to make physical media anymore. Um, you know what? That's a good question, Dave. I'm on the same page. He said, I would like to see a more affordable Kaleidoscape options if they're going to stop releasing physical discs. I absolutely agree because I know when I looked at a Kaleidoscape, let me bring that up right now because the crazy part is Best Buy carries the Kaleidoscape. And you know what? You know what's kind of interesting too? Not a lot of people talk about that. And I haven't talked about that on the stream either. But if you, ooh, that's a little bit too close. Let's see if I could zoom in just a tad bit. Yeah, if you look at the Kaleidoscape right now, this thing is going for 4,000, 5,000. I think the cheapest is $3,000. The Strato C, yeah, I think the Strato C is $3,000. That's kind of like the entry level. But man, you get into these realms. Yeah, you got something like $27,000. And that's something that I never even talked about in the stream. And it's kind of like somebody brought it up about the 4K Blu-ray. It's like Kaleidoscape. Man, they need to make it a lot more affordable. But the thing is that you have no other competitor that's competing with them, except for I can't think of the other company that does something similar to that at the top of my head. I'm drawing a blank at the moment, but yeah, you don't have a lot of competition when it comes to the Kaleidoscape. So yeah, I would like to see it a lot cheaper. I want them to start pricing their Kaleidoscape $1,000 or less, just to kind of like start out, and then have them have the option to upgrade their hard drive if they wanted to get a bigger hard drive. But yeah, it's just yeah, because I think the Stratos C is going for $3,000, and I think if I'm not mistaken, Stop did something on this a long time ago, and I think this only has. I'm trying to remember what's the storage is. I don't think this have a big hard drive, but yeah, but starting off with just a Stratos C for $3,000, that's still pretty expensive and stuff. So really expensive. Yeah, Dave, I'm on the same boat too. I do the same thing. I utilize my Plex. Uh, yeah, I utilize my Plex, and yeah, they're gonna make something a lot cheaper, a lot more cheaper. And then I do see that. Oh, he retracted his comment, but Zero Coupons did mention that he was thinking about getting an 83 inch. I'm kind of curious to see what kind of 83 inch he wants TV thinking about getting. Um, it looked like he took his comment on there, but yeah, the Kaleidoscape is pretty expensive. Yeah, let me know if any questions you guys want me to cover because it looked like we covered a lot of stuff so far. Let me see here. We talked about screen sizes. We talked about the OLED. It seemed like it's getting brighter every year. We don't know how much brighter it's going to be for 2025. We talked about some of the Cyber Monday deals on premium TVs. I showed a little bit of the Hisense UAM going for $1,700, just a little bit under $1,700 for the 85 inch. So that's a good TV. And then the Q6 98 inch, which was sold out at Best Buy, was going for a really good price. When it comes to new tech for next year, we talk about a little bit of that, but not a lot of people are talking too much about what's going to be in 2025, except for LG G5 and their gaming portion at 165 hertz. Um, what else can we talk about here? Then we talk about a lot about budget and premium TVs. We talk about 8K. And you know what? We did talk about AK TVs, but I guess the question is that I didn't even, I had this as a topic and I didn't even talk about this, and I think it's be a good thing to kind of talk about. AK streaming. I guess the question is that I wonder when we're gonna start seeing AK streaming. It seemed like that's one thing that's holding AK TVs back is we don't have a lot of content at the moment. PlayStation 5 Pro does have a 8K setting, but then the question that we need to start asking ourselves is, um, are we ever going to see streaming in 8K anytime soon? I know Samsung has a couple contents here and there that they have specifically for the TVs. I think it was like Lord of the Rings or something like that, but it's only like certain scenes that's shot in 8K, but it's not really in 8K. So I would like to see more content in 8K, but that's kind of like one of the things that's kind of holding 8K televisions back is their lack of content. Let me see here. Um, Oh, and let me go ahead and bring this up. He said, Sonos Ultimate Soundbar. So Zero Coupon is saying he was planning on getting an 83 inch TV and then Sonos Ultra Sound Bar bass speaker, 300 surround sound speaker, and a budget of 15. Oh my goodness, man. Yeah, yeah, you got a good budget right there. Yeah, so I thought I read it at 1,500, but you said 15,000. So an 83-inch TV and a Sonos ultrasound bar bass speaker for 300 surround speakers. And you're talking about his surround speaker. His budget is $15,000. Yeah, that's a good budget. Because I'm trying to think about how much did I pay for my speakers. Yeah, because I never really talk about speakers that much on my channel. I have did some unboxing on my Kef speakers, but I spent, if I'm thinking about my Kef speakers, so 25. Yeah, $15,000 sounds about a good budget. Cause I was thinking about, cause you can't see behind me, but I'm looking at my Kef speakers. Yeah, so I got the Kef R11s. They're the non-meta um, speaker, floor standing speakers. And actually, I got them for a really good deal. I got them under $5,000 at the time before the prices started to go up because I think the Kef R11 Meta speakers are going for $3,000. Actually, more than $3,000. I think it's like $3,200 per speaker. And then the center channel speaker, I am paying. I got the R6 Meta center channel speaker, and that was going for just under $2,000. So right there, that's $7,000 that I spent for just three speakers, and then you got your surround speakers. I got Bowers and Wilkins, and I think each of those at the time was going for 714. Yeah, actually, you're right about that. That's about right. Yeah, I think I spent close to 15K for my all my speaker setup, and that's not even including my receiver because I got the Yamaha RX A8A. I think at the time was going for just under. I think it was under $3,000. I think it was going for like 2,600, 2,700 at the time, and I think it's going for something astronomical now. But yeah, that's a good budget for speakers and a TV. Is there any other questions? Let me see. I'm probably going to I'm going to end the chat in the stream a little bit early. Oh, Dave over here said there is the buyer for the 10K Sony QD OLED. I don't know. I just hope Sony don't release it at that price. I think that price is crazy just to come out for $10,000. I don't know. I get that is pretty bad, but $10,000 for an 83-inch QD OLED, I don't think I'll jump on that. I'll gladly get a 98-inch, paying $4,000 for that TV, and then get a 83-inch QD OLED. I don't care how good it is and stuff. But $10,000, that's a lot of money. But I do see people buying that TV, so I'm not knocking them. If you get the money for it, go ahead and get it. All right. Any other questions? All right, so I'm about to go ahead and there's no more questions. I'm about to go ahead and end the stream today. Dave over here is saying like he said he hate to admit it, but his screen is a little bit better than his G3 is better than the QD OLED. Oh man, that's kind of interesting and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I do remember you do have a QD OLED, so that is kind of interesting to hear and stuff. Just when it comes to the G3. But we'll see next year, see if they improve on that or not. But yeah, I'm about to go ahead and call it a day for the stream. Because I don't see any more questions out here. But like I said, thank you everyone for showing up for the stream. And if you could do me a favor by hitting that like button and the subscribe button, greatly appreciate it. I did put out a video on Black Friday deals a couple of days ago, so please check out that video. I will be coming out with another video as well. This time it's going to be another vlog style, going to Best Buy Magnolia here in my area in Michigan, if anybody didn't know. And it's going to be, I don't know, the Magnolia at Magnolia Best Buy that I have here is a lot more different than what I've seen at other oh, actually I don't know why balloons just came up in my screen. But it is a little bit different than other Magnolia Best Buys that I've seen around the country. So stay tuned for that. I'll show the differences and stuff like that. But other than that, appreciate everyone stopping by in the stream. And until next time, I'll see everyone on the next one. All right, take care. Bye.